Hey everybody, this is Trish Kane, the founder of Healerverse. Welcome to our weekly Healerverse Roundtable. Every week I interview one of the Healerverse practitioners so they can share with you their superpowers, what they're doing, and always, that caveat question I ask, tell us your story. But today the tables are turned. So as you know, or maybe you don't know, we're going through one of the most transitionary time periods of all of humanity. So I wanted to take the stage today to share with you a little bit about my story and where we're going and allow people to ask me questions. And then we're going to do a theta healing meditation. So I want to tell you a little bit about this theta meditation that I do. What we do is we go down and we ground into the center of the earth. There's nothing in this, by the way, that's like anti-religion or anything like that. This helps you to tap into your own superpowers and pull down whatever source is to you, God, whatever you consider God or creator, or even the plants, you can pull that down. And what's really cool about this is that when you're able to reach the theta state of consciousness, it allows you to be able to manifest whatever you want. From the theta state, you can also remove any limiting beliefs, cords that you think need to be cut with people that might be karmic, and allows you to really tap into the highest version of yourself. You may find that you're a little bit sleepy after this. One time I did this as a Healerverse corporate well-being event for the people that are on the Healerverse team, and nobody could work after. So maybe, take this meditation with some caution. And I guess I'll start by telling you a little bit about my story. I was born in Long Island, New York, to two parents, Tom and Marilyn, and I went to the same elementary school as them, and I went to Catholic school from first grade until the end of undergrad of college. And I never really feel like I fit in. They also had me in resource room. If you know what that is, it's like special ed. And I never really fit in, but I loved being around people. I loved bringing love to situations. I loved, making people feel special and helping people to kind of find their own superpowers. So let's see what else. 2008, I started doing drugs, and that really took a hold of my life, big time. It's like allowing dark entities into your life. As you could tell, people have known me, and I've been now sober for 11 and a half years. More than that. November will be 12 years. But what's really cool about that is I've seen the darkness and I've seen the light. And one of the things that I'm a huge advocate for also is helping people to get sober and stay sober. And if you look at the statistics and the numbers, it's not common to stay sober for an extensive period of time, unfortunately. This year, Healerverse, get emotional thinking about it, is going to take a hard run and go help addicts and alcoholics to stay sober for a long time and to get sober. In every single 12-step program, it says you must get spiritual. Well, where do you find that? And you can find that on Healerverse. And I know a lot of the people on this call right now feel passionate about that as well. We have different therapists that are on this call that are also in recovery, and other people that have lost family members to the disease of alcoholism and addiction. Really, Healerverse is here to help people to heal and to make it cool to heal and to tap into those shadows and to also bring the light to situations. One thing that I found is that I'm uber sensitive, and the more that I work on myself, the more sensitive I get. And ultimately, I can only spend time with high vibrational people. Otherwise, it takes me weeks and months of recovery after coming out of a situation. And if you can understand that, then you can vibe with me and understand that sometimes we just can't go into every single situation, and things that feel cool aren't as cool as they look on paper, if you know what I mean. I had a near-death experience in 2014. I went through a tunnel to the other side. I came out of my body and I saw my feet and my legs. I did not know that they were my feet and my legs. I died that day from a cocaine overdose. And I was in a lot of pain that day and not trying to feel anything, but I wasn't trying to die. That was the last time I drank or used any type of drugs. And since then, I've been on a mission to heal myself and to show others that it can be done. And that's ultimately my mission and purpose. I've done a lot of stuff in the last 11 years and 7 months and 2 weeks or whatever it is. I had to learn how to walk again, talk again, think again, everything again. After that, I started in a halfway house. So I went from like a white picket fence, beautiful house with my ex-husband to like a halfway house alone with nothing. I was waitressing, I was doing sales, and I was happy as hell to be alive. And it was amazing that I could even hold something in my hands. But a lot of times I would drop the plates. Mind you, when I was a college intern, I started on Wall Street. So like I literally went from like, even as a kid making $16 an hour, $500 a week as an intern in business school to waitressing. Talk about humbling. But I had so much fun doing it because I was meeting people, and anyone that's starting fresh, you never know who you're going to meet. And don't like do stuff for ego, do stuff for love. And I had so much fun doing that. And then at 1 year sober, I was living in this apartment on the Intercoastal in Lake Worth Beach, Florida. And I had 2 roommates and 2 cat roommates, and I was highly allergic to cats. And I found out that I really didn't feel certain things or certain things that I thought that I would kind of regurgitate like a parrot. I didn't actually believe those things. I was saying them because I heard them. So like a lot of the last 11 and a half years and change has been about reprogramming my mind, my heart, and my spirit to what I actually believe. And you wouldn't believe how deep that goes because we're conditioned as kids, right? So part of healing is unlearning, undoing, and laughing a lot, tapping into our inner child. My inner child is so flippin' proud of me right now being on here with you guys. And I really didn't know anything about inner children. Like I thought that was really a crock of shit, to be honest with you. I did not know that honestly, I really needed to honor her and listen to her and reprogram myself. Some of this trauma runs very deep. It runs into your bones and your muscles, in my experience. So a lot of that also has been pulling that out of me. And sometimes that includes blocking people, blocking energy, and saying no a lot. So fast forward in 2016, I graduated with my MBA. That was one of my dreams that I had since I graduated college, was to graduate with a master's degree in business. Not to get credentials or prove that I'm smart, even though it's cool to have a comma next to your name. I kind of did it in spite the reasoning behind being in resource room to prove that I wasn't stupid. Recently, I took an IQ test, and my IQ is higher than most people in the world, actually. And it's extremely high for people my age and females. So I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I'm on paper on the spectrum, which is a superpower too, by the way. I don't like loud noises, all that stuff. I like peace, love, and abundance. So after I graduated with my MBA, I started working at this company selling digital databases and digital content to the government, the military, and universities. And that allowed me to travel all over the Southeast United States. And I built this company to this region in the company to be bigger than all of the it was the biggest region in the United States. And that region was bigger than the rest of the United States, all of South America, Mexico, and Canada. So I'm really good at sales. And basically in 2020, it hit, right? And I resigned from corporate America. I manifested selling my house for exactly what I knew it was going to sell for. I prayed that they would buy all my furniture, and they did. Which was really exciting because I got to just put the dog. I had two dogs. Oh, there he is. That's Mac. I got to put the dogs in the car. We drove cross country to Colorado. And also, I know the way the universe works is that you need to make space for new, right? You can't just think that stuff is going to keep coming in. You need to actually make the space. Otherwise, new can't come in. And that's how manifestation works. That's how the laws of the universe works. So I literally sold my house, had a lot of money, was already an early crypto adopter, so made a lot of money doing that, defined a lot of money, right? And I basically moved to Colorado and I found a house there and like a very nice apartment in the city of Denver. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, meanwhile, healers are getting removed off social media. YouTube shut down. Websites pulled off. Like, who's doing all this stuff? Who, right? Healerverse is right now on its fourth or fifth Instagram, and all we're doing is spreading love and light. And there's people here that have been through this with me, right? But now it's time. It's showtime. This is literally the turning point for humanity. And here we are today. So, like, over the last years since 2020 to today, I've traveled all over the world. I've spoken at the UK Parliament 3 times, Google headquarters, have won speaking competitions because of my story, and like keep getting awards in my inbox. Like, that's so cool. Can you imagine a company called Healerverse? Let's go. You know what I mean? And really, like, I think people misunderstand spiritual and holistic healing. A lot of the practitioners on Healerverse and the way showers, Michael, they have superpowers and so does everybody, but they're making it their life's work to give back to others, to show others a way. When people are vulnerable, have nowhere to go, they can come to Healerverse. Woo-woo is true, but we're not that woo-woo. Like, this is actually normal, helping you reset to your natural state. And this year, like I said, H2 2026, we're going to be doing some of the biggest things you've ever seen happen in humanity. I've gone into the trenches. I've gone into crack houses and pulled people out, and I don't fit in there. I've called drug dealers and said, can I please have my family member back? Like, and literally people are suffering from disease, cancer, addiction, alcoholism, harm, trauma. It's all like disease in the body. Sometimes it's from like external coming in, and sometimes it's so deep inside of us, and that's hard to heal. A lot of us that have been really hurt or damaged in life, we are better at helping others than helping ourselves, mind you. So healers need healing too. There's a lot of people that are getting pulled out of human trafficking right now and sex trafficking. We're going to help them too. So like we have a big mission this year, and that's why I wanted to come on the Healerverse Roundtable today. And not to make it about me, but to make me relatable to you and to let you know that as we enter into this massive sprint that we're about to go into, I've been taking time the last month to chill the heck out. I stopped taking phone calls. I stopped taking meetings. People could come to me in Jupiter and like just giving myself time, just like I did in 2020, getting ready for this next sprint. And saying no. No is a superpower, guys, especially women. Okay. So at this point, I want to open it up. And I want to say too, one more thing. The technology took forever to get up. The whole entire platform was custom built. Like it was literally of my own making. 2 days ago, Michael and I were on his podcast and he was speaking so highly about the technology. Thank you, Michael. That was really fun. Michael's in Texas and everywhere all over the US and worldwide is different. Culturally, geographically, is that a word, guys? Can we make up a word for that? Geography-ish. You know what I mean?
It's geographically?
Yeah, geographically.
All right, we could go with that one. And by the way, I have 2 cups of water for this one, so I don't have to get up in the middle of this. It took forever to get this platform up. And we have other things. You can see on there, we built out like an event ticketing platform that's for films. Those are for films that are for good, films for good. And I didn't like the original person that we were working with. So yeah, this is for other people. We want to do a Healerverse film too, that we're going to start to prepare for at some point. So that's super exciting. And honestly, healers need more support. There's all this Maha stuff in the US. Nobody's talking about the practitioners that got their platforms ripped offline time and time and time again. That's who we stand with, and we're going to continue to help people locally in every single community and worldwide. So at this point, I want to open it up. If anyone wants to ask me any questions, James, do you want to go first?
That sounds great, my friend. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you sharing your story. And as someone who overcame a lot of challenges growing up and learning how to identify my own coping mechanisms and how to acknowledge that my work each day, however much progress we make, is neither something to be rewarded nor really condemned. Just putting ourselves out there every day to be our authentic selves and make a positive impact is really, really beautiful. And I really appreciate you opening up and sharing your journey of overcoming these different, like self-medication, something I've struggled with in the past, and just being free of that, free of drugs and alcohol, and really clear-headed to focus on changing the world and improving lives with technology. So I just want to thank you first for sharing with us. It really means the world.
Thank you so much for opening up about your story too and being vulnerable with us. Like you're safe and held here. And I think one of the things that's so powerful about Healerverse and specifically the roundtable is people just are open and let it out and they're truthful. And part of healing is relating to one another's stories and being like, hey, this is my experience too. So what's something that you've, oh man, I'm so used to being the interviewer, right? What's something that you have overcome recently that like was a lesson for you that you're doing differently right now and going forward?
Oh, me personally? Well, this is almost embarrassing to say, but even within the last week, I've had perhaps an unhealthy relationship with my work. I have ADHD, and I've tried to create structures for myself so that I can be more productive. Like really trying to condition myself, like Pavlov's dog, basically. Like really conditioning to drive my productivity because I have employees and I want them to be able to provide for their families, and I want to be able to provide for them. And so I've been especially hard on myself in that capacity. And so even just printing out this basic three steps that I do every morning, my morning routine, my starting work routine, and then just sharing an update with a family or a friend member, like an accountability buddy, basically, like how it went, instead of judging myself continuously throughout the day or making really big projects like a 4-hour contract sprint, breaking it down to 25 minutes. I've started using these healthy coping mechanisms and healthy breaks to keep myself on track, which I've really struggled with because since COVID, I've worked remotely, first for Amazon, then Microsoft, and now for my own businesses. So I've been away from the office setting and the types of structure that brought into my life. And so I'm finding healthy ways to create my own structure without feeling the need to reward with drugs, alcohol, self-medication, these types of escapes. So I'm not trying to influence my work and my approach to work through this like reward framing or criticizing, like coming down really hard on myself. And that's been it's probably very basic for everyone else here, but it's been pretty transformative for me because I've been trying to condition myself to deliver better work results for maybe 22 years. So like more than half my life, I've had this logical fallacy about my relationship with my work. And so cognitive behavioral therapy has been really wonderful, trying to identify some of my um, false beliefs or beliefs that do not serve me and those that I love, friends and family in my life. And so, what you shared deeply resonates with me because I feel kind of embarrassed that I'm only kind of coming to this basic realization even now, just having a really healthy approach to my work and the results I get, even when, there's a big miss or you have to restructure a company and these hard things happen. Uh, it's provided a lot more maturity and stability in my approach to work and more honest, clean, clear-headed focus. So that's my recent realization. And it's just been this past week. I even have this printout that I check the boxes every day now. And my wonderful fiance gave me this, what's a cute binder. It's like a pink binder that she had on
Fantastic.
hand. She gave it to me, and
Congratulations.
she's like, now you can put each of your 2 pages that you go through your checklist and your notes to yourself, and it's like a journal, but it's like a very fast and basic journal. And so that was really special. She kind of acknowledged me with that binder yesterday evening after
Oh,
I finished work around like 7:45. So I felt really good about that and really acknowledged, even though I feel like what I'm doing is so juvenile or basic. Like I should be able to uh, get myself to tackle scary, hard problems and like jump face those problems or not avoid those conversations. But with this approach, I'm having a little bit more courage at facing these challenges, whether it's like struggles with co-founders or just sitting down and like, creating that job post for sales reps, or, just like really getting to it. So I feel some pride in my small progress this week. And I really appreciate you sharing your story because we both struggled with our relationship with ourselves and our self-esteem and the big positive impacts we want to have in the world. Uh, it's a scary journey, but with wonderful family and friends, I know we can make a really positive impact. So, Trish, I'd love to learn more from you about how we can help advance your mission and to see your vision for the future. I want to create space for others as well. I know I've been going on for a while. Thank you very
oh, you're
much.
awesome. I love that. I think, it's relatable. Everything you just said is relatable and exactly what I've been thinking about too. Like in the last week. That's why I cleared off my schedule. I'm like, no more meetings because people want to meet with you, but it's like, what are we really doing? Right? Like, what are we doing? We're gonna have another conversation. Like, why? It's so good. Thank you. And thank you for the tools too. You're awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, I loved that. Thank you, James. Yeah, Nathalie wrote, you're doing marvelous. Michael wrote, divine timing is the best way to be in the flow and go through this human experience we are living. And everything happens exactly when it's supposed to. You have some hands raised. All right. Who has their hand up that wants to share? I think Pooja had it up first.
Yeah. Hi. Thank you so much for sharing, Trish, your
Okay.
experience, strength, hope. I'm sorry I wasn't here timely manner, but I did enjoy hearing the rest of your story once I got on. I just wanted to comment about like the things James was saying. Um, I heard a lot of my therapist always tells me don't shoot yourself, Pooja. Like there was a lot of shooting yourself going on there, and we all do it, right? Like we all do it, and it tells us about your character, James, how you want to make sure that they're able to care for their families and everything like that, and that is the drive behind it. That's where your heart is, and that's a beautiful thing, right? In that same line, though, that compassion, that care, that desire for them to do well, should, and I was just about to say should, uh, needs to be there for yourself first and foremost, right? Like, if you can't fill your own cup, like, how in the world is it possible to fill someone else's, right? And it sounds simple to list, but you know what? Sometimes I have eat come up as an alarm on my phone. Okay, because sometimes you get in the zone, right? Like, and you just go, and you forget, right? And like that's a reminder. The checklist is helping you. The alarms help me. An alarm to remind yourself to eat. Doesn't that sound juvenile? Yeah, a little kid is not going to need that, but I do, right? And it's okay. It's okay. It helps me and it helps my body. And in the long run, it helps the people that I'm trying to help by feeding this body, right? So I just wanted to chime in and say that. Thank you for sharing, both of you.
Yeah, I really appreciate your kind words, and I have those alarms too. In fact, I have a small cup of water by my desk because it forces me to actually go fill that cup of water. Otherwise, I'll just sit there with my big cup of water, back-to-back meetings for hours and hours.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I do
I
too.
can totally relate.
Diane, do you want to ask a question? Hi. Oops, I'll ask to unmute.
Unmute. There we go.
Hey, good
Yeah.
morning.
Good morning, everyone. Trish, especially, and James, thanks for sharing that, because everybody can relate to that. Anybody who has put effort into themselves, certainly if they have drive from within, you kind of lose yourself and you don't always be as kind to yourself. I certainly have gone through those same things most of my life. And thankfully, I am now at a point where I listen to my intuition. I don't even have to think about it because I hide things from myself for good, for the good, to remind myself to take care of me first so that I can help others. We're all works in progress, aren't we? And I've been on here ever since I got the invite and caught up. And I always find Fridays are my favorite day of the week because of it. And because on this day, regardless of what my week was, I have a great Friday. Regardless of whatever challenges I'm going through, I always have water. I have to make myself, like, I don't remember to eat. Who just said that? Pooja. But nobody likes a hangry me, and nobody likes anybody that's hangry. So I'm also a little bit of a grazer. Like I eat everything. I am much the different from Trish. But that my best girlfriend actually
Yeah, because
is,
I eat vegan mostly, like almost 100% vegan.
and
And
my
I'm
best
hungry all
girlfriend.
the time. Like all I do is
I
think
am
about eating. I wish I
always
was like you guys.
No, I'm always
I'm
hungry,
always
but I
hungry.
juggle. Like I work with a ton of musicians who are insane. I
Yeah.
mean, insane. And I'm the voice of reason there. And I
Uh-huh.
normally have to shut that out completely so that I can focus on healing others because I work with them and I play with them and I book them. And that is like my sideline fun. It isn't even what I do to earn any dollars.
Mm.
So
Guys, we only have about 8 minutes
oh,
until the
I'll be quiet.
meditation. So, okay, do you
I
want
will
to
be
ask a question
I
or
want
no?
to ask a question
Okay, go ahead.
because I know that we have already talked about
Yeah.
certain things. How do we move it forward with everyone? And what's the easiest way for us to do that besides a Friday call?
Yeah. I have to think about that. We could talk about that amongst the
Okay,
practitioners. Yeah. Okay, cool. Thank you, Diane. Thank
you're
you.
welcome.
Okay.
I
Ne-
will mute myself.
Okay. Where did everyone go? Here we go. Okay. Sasha. Deja.
It's all good, girl. So my question is for you. I was hoping you would share like a revelation or a realization that you've had on your journey that prompted you to serve others. And what from that realization and revelation, how are you using that to help others with your healing practice, with your business, or however you want to answer that?
What was the beginning of the question again?
Yeah, it's okay. I might not be asking it correctly, but I'm doing my best. So, can you share like a realization that you've had on your, awareness journey or awakening journey, and how you use that realization to help others that you work with or facilitate your teaching, whether it's with like addicts or on this platform?
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yes, honestly, yes, my soul knows how to answer that in the way that it's supposed to be answered, right? And I
Yeah.
would say one of the biggest lessons that I have learned about being like a founder, for example, and going into a lot of different rooms, and I'm like looking at certain people in here that I've had conversations with. I'm pointing to somebody. I think they know that I'm pointing to them if they're smiling right now, huh? So I go into all these rooms, people love having me in the room. They love my energy, right? But not everybody is going to hear me and not everybody is going to understand me because I'm not meant for them. Right. And it winds up taking my energy. So there's people that I can help and it's usually the most vulnerable people that I can help. But also I'm always the one in the room that people come to and they'll tell me everything and anything because I'm safe. I'm safe. So one of the biggest lessons that I've learned is that I have to be careful where I go. And then I only want to help the people that actually want help, not the ones that are going to come to me with problems. I'm very solution based. Here's the solution. And I always have the solution. And if I don't, I'll give you somebody probably here that has the solution. So I'm not meant for everybody and that's good. And knowing that is super important. And I feel the more good that we see, the more good that's created and the more evil and darkness and selfishness and self-centeredness that we see, the more that's created as well. So I like to stay around people that are also in it, not for themselves. If I wanted to do stuff for myself, I wouldn't have ever built this platform and I'd still be sitting pretty and living on a beach in Greece or something, I really want to be around groups that are already strong, that we can lift each other up and help each other up and keep taking each other up because we're going through this mass awakening right now. And I'm seeing it and I'm excited and this redistribution of everything. It's not just the technology, but thank God the technology has a big part of this and facilitating humanity moving forward and allows us to support a new earth, a new beginning, a new everything, the financial system, the quantum. They didn't mean that when they posted the Q, by the way. That's not what they meant. If you know, you know. Man, I was celebrating this week. Big time. They were talking about Healerverse, of course. And I know I didn't answer it in the best way. I love helping addicts and alcoholics. It's so easy for me because I get them. And technology and humans are so similar. So similar. When I build out PRDs, product requirements documents, when I build out tech roadmaps for startups, for companies, whatever, and I'm really flipping good at it. I don't know. I didn't even know I had this superpower until a couple of years ago, but I'm yes, it's almost like pulling stuff down, which we're going to do in 5 minutes, from creation and being this is how we have to do it and setting up operations for the whole company. And then I'm here you go, founder. It's not me doing it, but a lot of the stuff that I do is all my own experience. And I think that every practitioner here, because there's a bunch of Healerverse practitioners on here, a lot of their superpowers stem and mine from my own experience, from my own hurts, my own harms that I've gone through, come out of, and then began to thrive in life. It's people don't see the darkness. They only see what they see today, even if there is still darkness, right? And like everything we've come out of, we probably didn't come out of it alone. Like people showed us how to go. And it's the same thing with addicts and alcoholics, which I, consider myself a sober one, for however many thousands of days. But it's like, how did you get out of that? And it's the same thing with darkness, trauma, like all the stuff people are experiencing right now. And, has anyone been experiencing it like deep in their bones and muscles? Like, I feel like I got rid of a lot of that, like in the last 2 years, like the deep, like, body pains, like that was like stuck in there. I've gotten rid of in the last 2 years. But like yesterday, I had like a psychic attack. Like this week before that was good. A couple weeks ago, it was like I was getting blasted and hammered. I'm like, this is not mine. This is not mine. Like, I don't know if people are sending it to me or what's going on. And I feel like too, like, and at the beginning of this, when I was starting to share this long-winded thing I had to say, clearly, like a lot of people maybe don't hear me or listen, and like those are our people. People that want to listen and hear what we have to say, like they need to hear what we have to say, you know? And it's time for the divine feminine. So, to rise up and we're here doing that together. That was a long-winded version. I love you guys. All right, Michael, you're up. And then we're going to do a really good meditation and pull down the vine.
All right, so my question for you, Trish, is what inspired you and gave you the aha moment to stand up and be like, I'm going to do these meditations now. I'm going to be more active in the Healerverse Roundtables. And what impact has that had on you?
Oh, thank you. So yeah, I felt like for so long I was behind the technology and playing whack-a-mole and like things weren't working. And then I'm like, come on, tech team, fix this. And that takes a lot of work to like be the CTO, CEO, founder, COO, everything. You know what I mean? It takes a lot of work, a lot of time. But now that everything is 99% working, like I won't sit here and tell you the couple things that I need changed on the platform, and also like with everything that's coming with the age of Aquarius, like the North, like it's astrologically too, right? Like I feel better when I'm around you guys. And I've already spent enough time doing PR, going all over the world and like spreading it out there. Now I just want to hang out with my people. I've also become a lot more sensitive over the years, especially like this year and the end of last year. And I don't want to like just be out there so much. And we can do that with media and marketing and PR and all that with the great abundance that's coming in for the Healerverse and for other humanitarian projects. Yeah, and I don't have to be everywhere anymore. Like I've done that part already. I think there's phases and cycles, and I feel best when I'm with you guys. And when I did the event at my house a month ago, it was wonderful. I was so happy. I was on cloud nine. A lot of you guys were at my house. And to be able to just be around people that are like, able to like come together and that are similar, and having your dog at the house, like, and just other people that have like-minded experiences, missions, goals, and values is huge. Having the same values. Um, a lot of these rooms that I've been in, they don't necessarily have the same values or the same cares or the same mission. But part of manifestation too is that when everybody believes the same thing, it happens. And that's kind of what's happening with the Great Awakening right now and humanity as well. And there's honestly nowhere else I'd rather be than hanging out with you guys. What message would I like to leave with the Healerverse community? Yeah, I think for that question, it's similar to like the mission statement, right? Which is to level up global collective consciousness. That's what we're doing. And there's power in numbers. That's why we're still going. After we've like been deplatformed, demonetized, censored, shadow banned, Like we're leveling up global collective consciousness, whether they like it or not. So Pooja, if you want to ask a question right now, you can. But after the meditation, I'm gonna leave everybody there.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah. Yes. And we have
Yeah.
enough time to do it. We're gonna do
Okay.
it right after this.
Yeah. So my question, you've spoken all over the world and done a lot of things, and you're well received. Substance use and relying on that and realizing that, hey, seeing oneself when someone shares about substance use is common, right? Happens all over the world. People don't talk about it, but it's happening. They see people in their life that they're dealing with that, right?
Mm.
But um, the woo-woo aspects, using energy healing to heal that instead of a medication, like that. How do they receive that, or do you not share that part on stage? Like what kind of talks do you do, and like how is that received? The woo-woo.
That's a really good question, and thank you for asking that. And all I have is my own experience, and that's what I can share about that. I think that uh like thank God, like a lot of like the media and stuff is undoing a lot of that because I've been on a lot of medications. And when I first got sober, I was on a shit ton of medications, like you wouldn't believe. I had just had 2 strokes, and they had me on like aspirin, but I felt like that was making my skin thin. Is that weird? Like fast. And then like all this stuff. And I came off of it so slowly. One of the medications that I came off was awful. Awful. And I was like dying. I was suicidal. It was awful. And I like have seen recently that RFK has been speaking to that as well. So I'm happy that like, certain people have bigger stages and are able to share their truth and have more like security and support. I've gone places so scared. Yeah, I basically just go up there with my tail between my legs sometimes, and every time, and it's always well received. I'm shocked. I'm shocked every time, guys. Like, there's like sometimes royal families in the room, and they're like, so supportive, and it's the coolest thing. It's so cool, and it's so fun. It just shows that, like, also being brave and going and sharing and not being, I definitely, you're hired, Michael, to be my bodyguard. Being brave is like, I know I'm safe and protected. Like, I didn't die and come back without like a purpose. And I remember like when I did come back, the doctor said, I have no idea how you're here right now, let alone speaking to me. You have angels. And I had just met them. I had just met them, literally. And yeah, I just met them. And I saw a lot more over there, but my story is a little bit on my LinkedIn page too. But yeah, it's so cool. Like, people are really waking up and no one's really that different. I think we're all like the same. I'm just like a little Aquarius ninja ready to take on the world. Yeah. All right. Let's see who Rick is. Rick is coming in. One time we did a Healerverse Roundtable and there was all these body parts on the screen. It was not good. Rick, show yourself. Real quick. And I know who Vinny Man is, I can guess. Who that is. Obviously Bev. Hey Bev. Wade from the Peace Tribe. Love you. Donnell, good to see you. Shout out to Veggie who does our content. Alvin, I love your content. I love what you did yesterday there. I love it. Good job. You figured it out. You figured it out. Ty, good to see you. Love it. He's in Brooklyn or Bronx. I forget. That. Maybe I'll see some of you guys later at Janelle's event. I'm going to not be there probably too long, but I'm going to go do my thing. All right, guys, are you ready for a meditation? Let me just make sure. I don't know. Okay, Rick left. Okay. Because I didn't know who Rick was, and I don't want any vulgar things popping up on the screen while we're in the middle of a theta meditation. So, all right, guys, this is really fun for me to do. And you were asking, how come I decided to do this? All right, this is what happened. This whole time, I didn't want to take away from the Healerverse practitioners. So I didn't want to do this type of stuff. But about a month ago, almost the day, I did a theta meditation and a workshop at a recovery event. The room was packed and people went places that they've never gone. And I've been getting text messages since that this changed me, you changed my life, da da da. So why wouldn't I do that here today, right? And we're gonna do like a VIP version for you guys because this is Healerverse, but basically, I was really scared to do that, but then I went in there and I got people to relate to me and I did the meditation and everybody was like, a lot of people saw their ancestors, ascended masters, ascended beings. They saw Jesus, light, all this stuff, right? And it's not a long meditation, but what's going to happen is once we go into the heart space, I'm going to go stop recording and then you guys could do whatever you want. You could sit there as long as you want, okay? So, ready for this? And I have fun with it. So, you're going to see a lot of my personality come out here. We're going to make meditation fun today. I didn't know, I thought meditation was for Buddhas and monks when I first heard of it, to be honest with you. I didn't know how cool it was. All right. So, we're going to start. Oh, let me just show you some things. All right, we're ready? We're going to start here. And we're going to go down. All right. And then we're going to come back up. And then we're going to go up. That's how we're going to go. All right. So we're going to start here. And I want you to patiently close your eyes. And we're going to picture like right here in our solar plexus, we're going to picture a vibrant, like neon light. And it's moving counterclockwise and it's opening up. It's like an orb that you can maybe see in the sky, our galactic friends that come to visit us. You know, you know. And picture that glowing, and we're going to go down to our sacral chakra and down to our root chakra. And sometimes Trish messes up the solar plexus and the sacral, so don't get mad. And down, down to our root chakra, and we're going to go down our legs, our thighs, our knees, our shins. We're going to keep envisioning the power going down our legs to our ankles, our feet. We're going to go down and picture roots growing with that beautiful power from the bottom of our feet through all the layers of the earth, down through the building, down through the rocks, down through the sediment and the dirt, and all the layers of the earth, down, down, down to the molten lava, the orangey hot and fiery, delicious molten lava, to the center of the earth. And you can see this beautiful fiery ball in the center of the earth, in the center of Mama Gaia. Picture the different colors, the flames, and it's moving in the same direction that our beautifully opened up chakras are moving in. And I'll leave you here for a second. This is the heartbeat of Mama Gaia. This is the center of the earth. the center of our mom that nourishes us and gives us life. And we're going to take this power and this fire and we're going to bring it up through all the layers of the earth. We're going to bring it up through the magna, up. You can picture coming up through through Mama Earth and all the layers, the rocks, the sentiment, the dirt, to the bottom of the building that we're in and the room that we're in, up to the bottom of our beautiful feet. And we're going to bring that power up through our feet to our ankles, up our shins, to our knees. And we're going to go up our thighs, to our hips, down to the root chakra. Now, we're going to go up one chakra at a time, and you can envision it being wherever you'd like it to be. But we're going to open up a beautiful lotus flower and really open up all of our energy centers, starting with the root chakra. I want you to envision a lotus flower opening up your root chakra in a counterclockwise motion. Picture it circling around and opening up, opening up. And we're going to move up to our sacral chakra. And we're going to envision a beautiful lotus flower opening up counterclockwise and opening up and expanding. A beautiful lotus flower as big as your room that you're in, as big as the house that you're in, really opening up your energy chakras and your centers and expanding your energy. And we're going to go up to the solar plexus and envision a beautiful lotus flower opening up, and expanding. Right here, you could take a nice breath as well. Really breathe in the new power that you've already acquired. And we're going to go up to our heart space, right in between our chest bone. And we're going to picture a flower opening up, our beautiful lotus flower, whatever color you want it to be, you get to choose. It's your life, your world, you're in charge. You open up that beautiful lotus flower. Open it up and see it expand. How good does that feel? And we're going to go up to our throat chakra, which is right in the middle of our throat where if we were all men, we would have an Adam's apple right there. And we're going to open that up. We're going to open up a beautiful lotus flower and feel that expansion. This is where we speak our truth. This is where we are able to communicate our wisdom, which we're going to do for the rest of the day. Feel that opening up. And we're going to go up to our third eye, which is right on our head. You can feel it. It's where you get that tingling feeling when somebody comes too close to our heads. We're going to open up that beautiful third eye. We're going to open that up with a beautiful lotus flower. You can feel it expanding. You may see the galaxy and universes. You may see things. You may see beings. This is also connected to the fifth plane. Open that up. Beautiful. Whatever color you want your lotus flower to be. And we're going to go up to our crown chakra, which is on top of our heads. And this is where the magic really begins to happen. I want you to open up a beautiful lotus flower, whatever color you want it to be, and picture it expanding on top of your head and turning into a crystal globe. And in that crystal globe, I want you to picture a figurine of yourself. That's you standing in there, and that is your higher self. And in that beautiful globe, I want you to examine how beautiful you are and how wonderful you are and how great of a job you're doing. You are doing so great. You are so beautiful. You're so beautiful. And look at yourself, how beautiful you are. And from here, we're going to go up. We're going to go up through the matter in the room, and we're going to go up, up, up through the ceiling of the room that you're in and the roof of the building that you're in. And we're going to go up. And as we go up, if you turn around, you can see that the house that you're in or the building that you're in is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And all of a sudden, you can see the state that you're in, and it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And you keep flying because you can fly, and you can see your country, and that's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And now you can see the whole globe. Look how beautiful the earth is. And it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and we're flying through the clouds, and we could see the planets. Look, there's Pluto. We can see all the planets, and we're going to keep going up through the stars. We're going up through the stars, and we could see all the beautiful crystally stars. This is where we're from. And we're going to keep going up, up, up. And we are now in the fifth plane where we can see some ascended masters and ascended beings. I am going to leave you here for a few moments because here, a lot of times, you can see your loved ones that have passed and you get a chance to spend time with them. They're really here, guys. They're really here. Maybe animals that you loved, or God bless your siblings and your grandparents, or maybe people you've never met yet that maybe they have a message for you. Maybe you see lights. And we're going to keep going up, guys. We're going to come back here, I promise. We're going to go up to the sixth plane. And here, you're going to see different shapes, colors. Maybe you recognize some of the symbolism here. Maybe some symbols are new to you. This is the sixth plane. These are the laws of the universe. This is a visualization where you can see certain equations and symbols that kind of ground and create laws and different amazing algorithms that go on in the universe. And now we're going to go up a little bit more through the pink layer. It's a light pink layer, and you can see it. It's almost like bubble gum, pink bubble gum. And we're going to stand in there for a second. This is the law of compassion. This is the law of compassion. And this is what you deserve. And this is love. And we're going to go up a little bit further through the jelly-like substance, the rainbow. It's like a jelly-like substance, and you can feel like the jelly, like a jello. And we're going to go up a little bit further where it's completely black. And this is a great space to be because it's the newness. It's right before. Now you may see a door, or you may see that if you just go up a little bit further, you see the light. And it's a white light. And we're going to go through. We're going to step through into the seventh plane. This is where we can find the creator, God, universe, creator, your own version. You get to pick your own version. I'm going to call this God or creator for the purpose of this. But here, if you see the white light, I invite you to shower yourself with unconditional love. This is what we're made out of. And if you want to shower yourself with the unconditional love and keep visualizing that white light that's pouring down on you that loves you so much. You are so loved. You are so loved. We're just going to keep showering ourselves with that unconditional love. And if you see some blue specks, keep your eyes on the blue glitter, the white glitter. I'm sorry. And just keep visualizing that white light and keep showering yourself with unconditional love. And if you feel your eyes start to flicker a little bit, you're here. And from here, you can manifest anything. You can make all your dreams come true, all your desires. You can find out what your dreams are. You can rid yourself of any hate or harm or anything that's not unconditional love, because you are here for a reason. I'm going to leave you here for a moment because I want you to sit here and think about what's one intention or what's your purpose? What are you here for? It can be one word, or it can be one expression, or you may see a specific thing, a vision of you in this timeline or in a future timeline. What does that look like? What does that smell like? What does that feel like? How good does it feel to be in your purpose? Who is there with you? I want you to really keep showering yourself with that unconditional love and light. Because you are here for a reason, and you are here for a purpose, and you are deserving of all this and more. I want to invite everybody to hold on to that feeling. And we're going to take that feeling and we're going to ingrain it into us. And we're going to shower ourselves with that unconditional white light and love, and removing anything that's standing in the way of our purpose and power, because we are unconditional love, just like the light that's overcoming us with unlimited abundance right now, unlimited love. And I want to invite everybody to come down with me. We're going to go back down through the jelly-like substance and the pink law of compassion and the loving law of compassion, and to know what it feels like to be amongst the law of compassion, and come down to the laws of the universe with those beautiful shapes and symbols that you may recognize. I could see a little bit of the structure of DNA here and different things that I learned in math class. I look familiar in symbols and shapes and sizes, and some I don't recognize, but they're all divine, embodying the law of attraction, the law of supply and demand. Okay, this is not economics class. And we're going to go down back to the fifth plane where we could see our beautiful ancestors. Give them a big kiss. You can come back to them anytime, you guys, anytime. You may see your loved ones that passed or ascended beings that you recognize, angels, archangels, Jesus, any ascended beings that you know have existed. We're going to go down back to the stars, and the planets and the moon. We have a full moon, a Capricorn full moon upcoming. Celebration of true power, the CEO, the boss. That's our true power. We're going to come down through the clouds and we can see the blue skies. And we now can see our continent and our cities and our town, and everything is coming clearer as we're flying closer to our homes. And we can see our building, and we're standing on the roof of the building, and we're going to go back in. You guys ready to go back in? We're going to go back in and back through the ceiling. And now we can fly around the room that we're in, and we're going to go back to that beautiful crystal figurine that's glowing on the top of our heads, our higher selves. And we could picture ourselves in that globe, our amazing selves. We are so powerful, you guys. We are so powerful. We are so powerful. I love you. And we're going to go back to our third eye, and that's where we're able to connect back to the fifth plane where we were just at. When that's open, we can contact our ancestors, ascended beings, and light powers at any time. And I want to invite you back to your throat chakra, where we're going to continue to communicate with unapologeticness all day long. And we are going to come back to our heart chakra and ground in all of that power that we just did. We pulled up all that energy from the earth, and we pulled down all that white light and unconditional love from above for ourselves and others into our heart chakra. And I love you guys, and I'm going to leave you here. Thank you so much for joining me on the round table.